You're listening to Weeknight Wizards.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weeknight Wizards, Isles of Hebria, D&D 5e. I said that out of order. I don't care.
5e.
5e.
5e
I'm your
2016.
I am your unfriendly neighborhood GM, Anthony. I am joined by the regular gamesman. And before we launch into our usual opening spiel, we are recording this on January 2nd. And that might make you think, oh, we'll probably have a warm-up question that it has to do with New Year's resolutions. And it's actually just me talking about New Year's resolutions. Because if you'll recall, earlier in the show, I was talking about how I was recording all of my Magic the Gathering Commander games and the records. And I'm sure that invested listeners such as yourselves are wondering, how did he finish up the year? Let me tell you. There was a moment that I will never forget because it was possibly the last moment or the last game I was playing of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And on one hand, if I took the win, I would guarantee that I would end the year positive. And if I took the L, my ending score would be 69-69.
Oh, that wasn't relayed to me when
you
you
had
asked me if you
choices.
should keep it. Was that the game with me, Anthony?
It was prior to that, Michael.
Ah, okay. Yes, because Anthony and I did play a friendly game after, and I told him he should not include it.
Yes, that was that one didn't count, but I played some that did. I felt that it was disingenuous to intentionally take the L, and I ended up the year 72-70, a net positive, which in a 4-player game with a bunch of random chance and bullshit, pretty hard to do.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So we'll do one of these.
No one can see on the stream.
He's celebrating.
No one. He's
Anthony
doing.
He's doing the helicopter.
Anthony, stop dabbing. What are you doing?
I don't think you can make that hand sign.
So I want for the audience to know we don't stream because Anthony dabs the entire time.
Joe, it's okay. I can do that one. I'm Italian. It's fine.
Yeah, it is weird that you do the dab with the Italian hand.
It's rare, but it's out there. For our warm-up question, our player question, I'm going to take it back to basics. This is inspired by a link that I shared in our Discord recently about the Shirime. I would like to ask the players, what's your favorite mythological creature? And why? Greg, you look alarmed.
Out of all mythologies, not just Greek.
Not just Greek. That would be, if you're sticking to Greek, it's a little vanilla.
Wow. Don't myth shame me.
Fair enough.
Am I missing where this was?
There it is. He posted recently some Japanese yokai.
Yeah.
That were very...
The Shirime is one of my favorite yokai.
With the buttock's eye.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. For some reason, that was the exact moment my entire audio decided to cut out, so I didn't hear a single thing you just said.
Oh, that's why you looked so alarmed.
Yeah,
I was like, what? I thought it was like a bit. I was so confused. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. Anthony's asking what's our favorite mythological creature.
Oh, damn.
Any mythology.
All mythologies.
I can go first. I did think... So I've always really thought the Sphinx is really cool, just because it gives riddles and there's tons of different forms of like what it looks like. Some are really large and kind of terrifying, somewhat more human-like than others. But I don't know. Sphinx has always been cool to me.
They're pretty neat.
I'm going with American mythology.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, give us a cryptid.
I'm going with the Jersey Devil.
I actually thought you might go with that. Okay.
I do like the Jersey Devil. It's a good one.
Not the what's that cryptid that's like always depressed?
Oh, the Squonk. The Squonk.
Squonk.
This is my
That
other
was it.
favorite cryptid, where it cries all the time, and if observed by people, it disappears into its own tears.
That's pretty cool.
I love the Squonk. They look really funny if you Google what artist interpretations. I almost went with Babe the Big Blue Ox, which is probably more of a mythological creature. But
Jersey Devils. A-okay.
Jersey Devil's pretty good.
Would Paul Bunyan then be a mythological creature?
Mythological hero. Human.
Is he a human? I think he's
He's
got
a giant.
blood.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember.
Humanoid.
Humanoid, yeah.
I think he is human though, like in the mythology.
I don't think there's ever he is giant, but not like capital G giant. He's just giant.
He's just large. He has human parents.
His size class would be huge.
Well, his axe carved the Mississippi River.
I'm with Anthony on this one, and I think he's a giant and a creature.
In the dungeon master's guide, I'm sure he would be a giant humanoid creature.
This is a slight tangent, but how sick would it be if there was a Dark Souls game that was set in like America with American cryptids and mythological creatures? That'd be sick.
That could be pretty fun. I will say, so I there's a lot of like class ones like I like. I don't know if I've ever had like a super strong like favorite. So I did pull up a list of cryptids, and I will say a couple that are jumping out to me that I have never heard of but wish I had is the Bat Squatch.
Oh, Bat
looks
Squatch
like
is good.
a bat-like Bat Squatch seems pretty solid. As does the Fresno Nightcrawler, which looks like a little mushroom with legs, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty big fan of that. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, because like my initial stuff was like I think like manticores are pretty cool. Always like a Hydra, but I don't know. I don't feel like I have like one that's speaking to me really strongly.
What about the jackalope?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
pretty weak.
Apparently not.
What about the Thing? Come see the Thing.
Michael was unmoved by the jackalope.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I think the one that kind of I'm always a little bit fascinated by is the Wendigo, which I think
Yeah.
Good one.
sticks out to me. Both like macabre fascination, very scary, but also kind of like maybe because I grew up in North America and in the woods and stuff, I feel like I have like a affinity for it. Like I can feel and see it, kind of thing. Not actually.
Cool.
but, you know.
There's some good AI art out there of the Wendigo.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just wanted to
Terrifying.
Wait,
the
good
Northfield Pigman
AI art?
also just doesn't exist. I just want to say another cryptid list favorite of mine that just came up was the Northfield Pigman, who's also known as Sam Harris. That's what it says.
Like from Northfield, Minnesota?
Vermont, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Damn, you just be slightly ugly man and you get labeled a cryptid.
You get
Damn.
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes
Bullying.
in Vermont.
Cryptids
Jeez.
are a form of bullying.
It was some sort of a pig man.
I'm also a big fan of the story of the Selkie, which I think is an interesting topic.
Yeah.
That is a very cool one.
Yeah,
I'll say Greg and I just saw Nosferatu today.
we did.
So that vampires
yeah.
are keen on the mind for me.
That's mine. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
unsurprising.
It's not surprising or creative or anything, but
Bonus
good.
points if
But
they
it's
are
true.
both hot and lesbian. That even more.
Greg, every vampire is a lesbian. You gotta know that.
That's true. That's true. I misspoke.
Regardless of gender, every vampire is a lesbian. All right. We haven't played this game since 2024.
Yeah.
Can anybody give us a
Wow.
recap of last session?
I have the notes up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some
we had
dungeon stuff.
yeah, it was a dungeon crawl. We had already made a little bit of headway into the metallurgist's outpost. We had dispatched a couple sand critters, those little ashlings. Sorry, not sand. I always like to call them sand. We then spent a lot of time rounding up some kids. We did manage to find them all, and as well as a few other interesting things. We found seems to be other sort of potentially sentient weapons: a longsword, a great axe, a scythe, and a rifle. Quinn quickly took the rifle without questioning, but we did some checks and kind of realized that they may or may not be similar to Cathar. Vera declined to take the scythe. So and favoring Cathar, which makes sense. But we did take them out, if only to keep them safe. All the children were kind of sent back to the start of the dungeon and told to go find Aaron, who will keep them safe. We found the turtle eggs, which was very exciting.
Hooray.
Yeah.
You
Also,
found
and
you
some
found
turtle
some
eggs.
of the turtle eggs.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we don't have a good number. We don't know how many turtle eggs are, but there are some there. We also found a book that seemed to be the Journal of Karen or Karan.
Valen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, one of the kids. I had a wrong name. Yes, Valen. They had the V upside down, metallurgist logo, basically. And that Valen was one of the heads, if not the head of the metallurgist, and it includes a bunch of diagrams, blueprints, sketches, procedures, rituals, rites, runes, metals, yada yada yada. A lot of really valuable info in this book. So we took that with us to read and digest later, or at least keep it out of the hands of others. We then remembered Sevi was with us, asked him how he was doing, and he seemed okay. So that was good. Did not seem like he was made here, so that was good to know. We found some rubies, and we found a door leading deeper down into the earth, and that is where I believe we left off.
Correct.
I have a quick question on the notes. One of
Yes,
these
sir.
notes says Quinn didn't have a reaction. I would like to make sure that that is not a mechanical I have lost my reaction.
No.
I believe it is just I didn't react to whatever scene is happening. But I wanted to make sure.
That's correct.
Okay.
I think the only other thing that I wanted to add to the notes is that you also found a series of discs of this sort of mysterious material that seems to make up all of these different weapons.
Yeah, it looks like we have 3 dark metallurgist discs.
Yeah, we each had one, or because
That
at
can
least
carry one.
Manny and one I held one, and maybe Quinn held the other one. I wrote it down.
I have one.
Yeah. Yes, you have cleared this level of the dungeon, and you did find a way down to the next level down. And let me pull there. Let's make sure that everything is hidden, except for your entryway up here.
I see it.
Hit a couple of times.
You want us to drag our characters up
Yeah,
there?
pop those characters in there.
Raptors, bad boys in.
And
Oh,
how do we
shit, I
feel
have to-
about initiative order? Do you want to keep the same initiative order that we had, or should we
Let's just re-roll
new
next
year, new
combat.
roll?
New year, new
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, I can't even see it, so.
Great.
Yeah.
Let me clear it out. Go away.
I think when we go to a new map, only you can see it, Anthony.
That tracks. All right. Yeah, let's wait until we're in a combat here. But let me give you guys some flavor before we begin. The stairs down from the metallurgist's compound begin as stairs which are made out of the same stone as the floor, but as you progress, the stairs become more and more gradual until eventually it's just a dirt incline or a decline down into the earth. And it felt like it was first like some uniform like switchbacking stairs, but eventually it turned into just a long spiral down. You are now most certainly several stories beneath the earth. Uh, um, lighting conditions are dark, but there's still some faint glow. I don't remember. Does everybody have night vision
I don't think so.
or
I
dark
don't think
vision?
anybody does.
I could light a torch.
I do not.
I don't.
I think you might need to light a torch because it is dark down here.
I have
Or
vision in dark, but
does anyone have a light cantrip? That would so I can have
I
hand free.
have Mage Hand and will carry a torch with Mage Hand.
Hell yeah,
nice.
I dig that.
Sick.
So let me reveal the rest of this hallway. The hallway seems to extend the same direction or the same distance from either side of you, and rather than the intentional stonework of the levels or the level above, this just appears to be like hard packed earth. This much more resembles like the burrow of an animal or some sort of a den than actual intentional structure.
Um,
Were there signs of an animal at the top? You said it started as the stairs, but there were no like, claw marks or anything. It's just this is just very animalistic.
Make a nature check.
Fine, I'll open my character sheet because I forgot.
I was gonna ask.
21.
I
Or
was-
21.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind.
Manny, you did not see any recognizable claw marks. You saw footprints
Hmm.
of various shapes, but you did not see any kind of like claw marks or anything to denote that there's some sort of like a large beast bored this that you
Okay.
could see.
Does it look like the stairs were built down into this cavern that already existed, or the stairs were built into something else and this interrupted the staircase? Can I tell that?
Yeah, without a roll, you can tell it is definitely more the latter. They were
They were-
building down. They were going to build a second level below, and then they came across this naturally occurring burrow.
And if I check like this wall, it doesn't look like it looks like they stopped, not like this interrupted the staircase.
That the stairs would have ended like a couple stories above you,
Oh, sure.
and then been replaced by like a path down of just hard packed earth.
Got it. Can I send my mage hand over here
Sure.
with the torch?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean we wouldn't see you through it, so we'd still have to go.
Yeah, you
look.
got. You
Yeah, I
gotta go
know.
look.
Hey,
Can I tell which direction? Like, is there any smells or temperature changes? Does it feel warmer in a direction, or does it smell sour or anything in any way?
I would make a perception check for that.
9.
No.
Okay.
It definitely smells dank down here because you're so far
Underground.
below the ground. But yeah, you don't get any distinctive animal smells or odors.
Odor. Manny will follow the mage hand and peek around the corner. I'll try to do it stealthily.
Yeah, I was gonna say
stay together as a group.
I can kind of watch our backs.
Yeah,
that big
I
old
don't think
cell.
there's anything amiss here. Excuse me. There appears to be like a mouth of a larger cavern at the end of that.
Okay. And so again, just for visual, it is like a cavern. This is cavernous, feels natural, and a den of an animal. Is how you've described it, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Um,
Manny's
Well, like
watching this. Mhm.
I guess natural in that like it's not built, but not like naturally occurring.
Oh, okay. That's what I wasn't sure about.
Yeah. This
Hey.
this feels intentionally created, but not like constructed with beams and building materials.
Y'all just sit tight for a sec. I'm gonna go check out this other corner real quick.
The other corridor mirrors.
Ah, it's
the
dark
first.
now.
Oh, well, you guys.
Manny is I think he doesn't like this that this is underneath a well structured place, and he's very much watching, like looking up at the ceiling and just make sure there's nothing like crawling around or something, could get the drop on them. Else looks okay.
Yes. It's just
Uh,
creepy down here.
Quinn is gonna. I'm gonna come back. It's about the same on the other side, so I figure 50-50. Who's feeling lucky?
Well, we're already on the left side, so might as well. That's my thought.
Sounds good to me.
Manny will
After you though.
slowly walk to the door, carefully checking his steps, and
I'll keep the mage hand in front of him.
Yep. I'll stay at this kind of juncture, or am I? I'm probably blind to anything behind us at this point.
no, I still feel better with you there to take any blows.
I'll take a torch out, light it, and toss it like on the ground, or like pry it up on the wall so there's light behind us. How about that?
That's a good question. Are there any sconces, Anthony?
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I light the sconce?
Yes.
Does it have? Okay. Yeah. So I just want to keep light behind us so I can see while these guys are kind of proceeding.
Okay.
Lights upstairs were mechanical, right? So I just want to.
Correct. Yep.
Interesting. What does this door look like?
It's like a doorway. It's not like a door. Inside, you just see a cavernous, empty room.
I don't like this. Okay. I'm gonna go in, guys. And he's gonna gingerly step in.
Okay.
How does the dirt feel? Or stone? What is beneath me?
It's hard packed earth and it feels solid.
I'm gonna give it a stamp. Just roll. Can I do like I'm gonna stamp as hard as I can. I
Yeah.
want to see how this feels.
I like athletics here.
Okay. 26.
You notice that's a very good roll.
Mhm.
On your
All
side,
just collapses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you get like a tough sense, little montage where you can kind of feel the earth below you. It feels solid around you. It feels maybe less solid on this side.
Guys, I think this ground is a little unstable. So stay away maybe from the far side. Even though it's a great
From
comic.
where you are, you can see there is another exit to the north on the corner here.
Maybe the one
Are you-
that's light on his feet could check it out.
are you gonna use your cow tools?
I'm sorry, cow tools?
Yeah, you said far side.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, that's what I did with my hoof. That's kind of nature's cow tool.
Um,
I'm gonna peek over at this exit.
Yeah.
It stays close to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here holding the door open.
There is another room with another exit to the west. And Manny, make a perception check.
I will. 17.
Oh man, that's very good. Yeah.
I'm getting all my good rolls out of the way so that I can fuck up combat.
Perfect. You notice you perfectly met my DC here. There is someone hiding in the corner,
Whoa.
and it appears to be a youth. But as you kind of like try to, you're trying to look through the dark. It's low lighting conditions, and you're in kind of a scary place. You can tell that this youth is not human.
Oh. Okay. It is dark in this room, I assume, right?
Yes.
Are you sure he can see him?
Well, not even just that. I can understand you like I said something, but I'm like they probably wouldn't be able to tell if they're a Capadra, right?
That would probably be another roll.
I'd like to make a roll.
Sure. That would be either perception again or nature.
I'll do perception. 21.
It is a Capadra.
Oh, guys.
On a 21, that's a very good roll. I'm gonna do a red layer here. I'm gonna enlarge for detail, so don't be alarmed.
We're all gonna gasp.
Don't freak out. I am going to enlarge for detail.
That's a child?
An AI child.
Ah.
An AI child. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't say child. I said youth.
Gotcha. Okay.
This looks to be like a teenage Capadra. She is huddled in the corner, and as you can tell from this shitty AI image, that sort of similar to some of the kids above, big patches of ash just stuck to her skin, and unlike the youth, or the human youths, Capadra skin always seems to have kind of an almost like a moist quality to it, like a shimmery, like almost like dolphin skin, and it just looks dry and uncomfortable, and it has like this ash and dirt stuck to it, and she has like almost a dead look in her eyes.
I think Manny, because he is friends with the Capadra, is actually kind of drops his guard and is going to kind of rush over, but like slowly, like arms up, and pull out a water skin. Like
I'm gonna rush over, but slowly.
I just mean he's
Not
gonna like
aggressively.
beeline to her. He's not really focused on other stuff. He
Yeah.
sees she's and seeing like especially too like knowing they like live in like water or like wet conditions. Like pulls out a water skin, and to offer it to her.
That's
Like,
great.
like, we don't.
Can you make a well, I'll let you say what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna have you make a any sort of charisma skill check. And I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
make that with advantage.
Unfortunately, I can only. The only one I'm good at is intimidation. But I'm not gonna make that one. So yeah, he's just gonna be like, "Hey, it's okay. We're here to help. Here you can take this water." And I guess I'll do persuasion.
Okay.
I got an 11. Not great.
It's not great. On an 11, when you approach her, I think maybe when you get to about here,
Mhm.
she notices you approaching and like bolts upright and like pushes herself into the corner and kind of like hisses at you a little bit in a much more feral, animalistic way than you would expect from a humanoid.
Teenagers, huh?
Am I right?
Hey, so guys, I'm usually okay at making friends, but this isn't going well. If someone could help me out.
Quinn will walk in the room. I'm gonna
More hissing.
No, even more.
Manny, trade the torch with the water pack, and I'm gonna move the mage hand over.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, Manny holds the torch.
And then I'm gonna very slowly move the mage hand up to the Capadra.
I think with Manny holding the torch, she like tries to shy even further away. Like the light almost seems to hurt her eyes.
Yeah, Manny steps back, so she's got like a little shade, like she's just out of torch light.
I'll go to max range on mage hand,
Yeah, we'll back up
30 feet.
Okay, sure.
They need water in their heads, right?
You tell me, dog.
just like humans.
Yeah.
We're all the same here.
Yes.
That's where I put my water too.
I guess I have to be a little closer because I want it to be above her head, and then pour the water down from above.
They have a hollow in their forehead.
That's it.
Yeah, but just in general, you said they were kind of dry, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so at least like pour a
Okay.
little bit out so they know.
What it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure. I think, let's see. I'm not going to make you roll for that because that's a pretty acceptable action. When the water washes over her, she appears to that appears to be helping her, and she seems to calm down a little bit. But if you take like another step forward, like she still is acting a little bit antagonistic toward you. Joe, I'll have you make a either perception, nature, or I would also accept even an animal handling.
How would you feel?
Wow.
How would you feel about performance playing some music?
That's not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So I would feel bad.
I'll do perception.
if
It's worth a
it's
shot.
nature, I could also give that a shot.
I will use the help action for Manny's nature.
Perfect.
20.
20 is a great roll. Thanks for the help action, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Manny, as you spend more time in this room with this damaged creature, you can kind of tell, like, in the way that the ash just in Karkaram has been affecting you all with your health and your stats. And given the state of the Capadra's skin and how much ash was on her, you kind of get the impression that like at least one or more of her stats like had dropped to 0 and has been like regenerated and replaced with something else. Like she has been underground and affected by this ash for much, much longer than the kids in the upper level.
Replaced by something else. I don't like the sound of that.
It's sort of like maybe not like replaced by something else. Maybe that's the wrong way to put it. But the way I'm imagining it as I was writing it was if you've played any of like the like Call of Cthulhu or Eldritch Horror games, like when one of your like if your mental faculties or your health faculties drop to 0, you get a condition kind of a thing.
Right.
It's like that. Like if her int dropped to 0 or her wisdom dropped to 0, she got like a condition from it.
I see. So I think rules is written in D&D. You just die when a stat drops to 0. But
Correct.
That makes sense.
Yes. In ordinary circumstances, yes, that is what happens.
Okay. Just that is helpful. Okay.
Capadra eat people food? Like the same food that everyone else eats?
I don't think we asked that question.
We
We never sat down to dinner.
Joe, I don't know if you've ever seen a Capadra eat.
I actually don't think Quinn has seen. Oh no, wait, we did see the Capadra in the.
You've seen
palace.
a Capadra before, and
Yeah.
and speaking familiarly, she ate.
She did eat. Oh yeah, I did stab a Capadra.
You super did. You almost kneecapped her too.
Yeah. One eye Vera, come in here a moment. We have a situation we need to put our heads together for. Maybe we step
Okay.
maybe we step out of the room.
Our backs are exposed if we do that.
Maybe we step
Is your back ever exposed?
Wow,
No.
that's good. But if we put all our heads together, you're right. No one's watching our backs.
So we'll step out of that room.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the water sack
Sure.
next to her.
I don't
There-
think we have any.
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't think you. I think you were going to explain the situation. I was going to say I don't think we have any tools.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there seems to be a Capadra young in there. And she doesn't seem quite right. So we're trying to figure out how to get her to open up and go with the rest of the people we're trying to save.
Was she chained to a
No.
wall? Like was she like
Nope.
No, she was just in that room. And these doors
Correct.
weren't locked, right? They were just like
There's no doors. It's just archways or
just
doorways.
doorways. Right.
We had some success with the. Did you clean the ash off? That was pretty successful with the other children.
I used a little water.
I actually don't think we did clean the ash off the other children.
Yeah, I definitely had a towel and helped them clean up
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
intentionally. Yeah.
She won't let us get close to her, so I doused a little water from a couple feet away and left it there.
Just threw some water at her.
Yeah, he just waterboarded her, and she didn't get more friendly. It's weird.
It was gentle. I'll have you know.
Just a friendly waterboarding.
What is the I don't want to make anybody do things against their will, so what's the risk of leaving her and exploring more and then coming back for her again later? Presumably if there are no locks and there are no doors that are barred, she could find her way out if she needed to, and if she's not well enough to find her way out, we would come back and find her again when it's time for us to leave.
She could also get attacked by some ash monsters. We can't just leave her here.
But she's
Yeah,
been here
she's-
the entire time.
Well,
And she looks terrible. She could get worse.
You have not seen her yet. When I
heard she looks terrible.
second-hand account.
No,
What-
I'm starting to like Vera's plan.
What I am saying is, I'm not saying we commit to leaving her here for good. What I'm saying is not knowing what else is around, especially if there may be other monsters around. Maybe we shouldn't expend the energy or time to try to force her to come with us if she clearly doesn't want to come. And we can check in on her again once we've done a little bit more pathfinding in this dungeon.
And dragon.
Well,
I suppose so. Maybe we can.
Pathfinding and dragons.
Maybe we
Okay.
can try to leave some food or something that will keep her occupied here. Because as he looks over back at the sort of maybe unstable ground, he goes, "I'm just a little worried. I mean, she survived. You're right, but it is dangerous." So, Manny takes like a ration out of his bag.
well, hold on, man. You save your ration. I've got some soup in this water skin here. We'll see.
You should
think
call it
we
a
can
soup
tr-
skin then, shouldn't you?
I think we can try
Pour
Vera's.
soup on her head.
I think we can try Vera's plan. But can I can I try one time to?
Oh, I got a.
Oh, you got a
I got a
soup
chunk.
order.
I got a chunk of potato in my head hole.
I'd like to try to.
I
to
always
help
knew
if I can.
creamed corn would be the death of me.
Sorry, Nick. What are you trying to do?
I'd just like to go in there and try to calm her.
I'd offer her a meal.
Yeah, try to offer her some food. I have, not bandages, but I do have a cloth and to help. And like, I'd like to show her, like, pour some water on it and clean myself off and get rid of some of the ash and like in front of her and do this kind of and show her some food and sort of eat some myself to show her that it's okay and offer her some as well.
Yeah. You can do all of that. That's fine. So Quinn's actions did wash a good amount of the ash off of her, and she is still acting in this sort of feral manner. And you can tell, like, it's not the continued contact of the ash, it is the time that she has spent
Sure.
in this place that has affected her this way.
Do I have any idea if she speaks common?
Doesn't seem like she does now.
I know we've been in. I mean, we know there's Capadra children around.
Based on your interactions with her, she appears pretty feral.
Easy, girl. Easy.
The classic trope of telling a woman to calm down.
She's
Good job,
feral.
Lana.
What do women like? Is it soup?
I would say
Do women
generally
eat
yes.
soup.
I mean, first of all, yes. Second of all,
yeah,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'll approach
Yeah.
unafraid and, try to not
Super-
move her.
super
I'm not trying to
sister.
move her, but I'm trying to assist her to leave. And hey, we can go. You can leave this place. You don't have to stay. You don't have to be afraid. But I will approach.
I think she would attack you.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's gonna kill a child.
I don't remember how I stat at these things. Please hold.
Why is it always
plural.
child murder?
You guys said you wanted to play on hard mode. Sorry.
Yep.
Why
couldn't you just leave well enough alone when this happens every time?
Hey,
You
shh.
always
got
end up
this.
killing a child.
I don't have to attack her
okay.
back.
It's true.
She hits her head on your shell and dies.
She is going to, when you step in, just before you step into range for her, she is going to attack with a spell.
She uses splash.
It goes wide, but you can tell that there is some innate magical abilities.
Sure, and I'm not gonna. I'd like to not react, and continue. Not trying to. I'm not gonna attack her.
Okay.
If she tried to bite me, I'd let her bite me, and still
Aw.
try to get her out of there. So I'm still gonna try to help escort her out.
Okay. Yeah, I think that once you step into her range, she would attack you with her body.
Water fingers.
No. She would attack you with her hands.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit you?
It does.
That's not much. Nope, not 11d6, just 1d6. There it is.
Ooh, 11d6. That would have been.
Snips is
That's
here.
Five slashing damage.
Thank God.
Okay.
That is a crit too, so it should double.
Yes. So let's just say 10, but it gets halved by him anyway.
I'm not raging. It doesn't
not
get
raging.
halved.
And 10.
Yep.
slashing damage.
Yep.
She gouges your eye with a spoon.
No, it's more like
Fin?
if no, like if you've tried to like console a feral teenager, like just like trying to claw at
limbs.
you.
Yeah, sure.
All gangly limbs.
Sharp elbows.
Oops.
Those
all
two.
limbs.
I'm gonna grapple her.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Non-violently. You know, like
That's-
non-lethally.
It's called a hug.
You can do, yeah, giving her a hug.
I'm gonna
Where
use
my hug, girl?
a cordial grapple.
Where my hug
A
at?
gentleman's grapple. A gentleman's grapple.
Give me a grapple check.
It's just
think it's-
opposing strength rolls, I believe.
Athletics.
Oh, that's not great.
Athletics.
That's not great for her.
Yeah, I think it's athletics.
Yeah.
It's just athletics, so
not.
that's
Okay.
probably not great for her either.
You win. You win. You didn't
win,
even have to
okay.
roll.
I only rolled an 11, so
Yeah, she's got twiggy limbs and she is emaciated and dehydrated. You grapple her with ease.
hey,
She's still like kind of like trying to buck against you, like trying to get out of the hold, but you're obviously much stronger than her.
and again, I'm trying to be gentle if that matters. You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll take that into account.
I think I have an idea. Do you have a plan at this point, or do you want to tap?
It's kind of happening so quickly.
Okay. Let me try something.
I'm moving extemporaneously.
So if you remember when I helped our first Capadra friend, that I got a blessing called Capadra's Calm, which lets me like actually subdue, like pause a rage.
Yeah.
And because the Capadra seems more feral and like rageful, I'm wondering if I can sacrifice some of my, and this is also expecting a little bit that there may be other Capadra in the situation. Is it possible that I'd be able to try to like, I don't really know what I remember exactly what it looked like. It was some sort of like rune or something, but I imagine this way, like if I could like try to tap in and like put some of that power, like channel that to give it away to help calm her down.
I love that. Absolutely.
I don't know what that would be as
How long does a rage last for you, Michael?
rages are very short. It's like a minute.
Minute.
But a Capadra Calm is once per day. I can pause a rage for up to an hour.
I would let you use this ability the next time that you use the Capadra's Calm, you would get the rage would be halved.
It's already halved, so it'd be quartered fundamentally.
Quartered.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I think this seems like a good use of it.
She like when you do that, you know, like at first she like seems to like calm down and she starts breathing really heavily and then she immediately falls unconscious.
Oh shit! I didn't really expect that to work. Okay.
Could we try to give
Well-
her some water or food? I know she's
Sure.
unconscious, but
Yeah.
This is just a cycle of
can
us
do that.
putting her, subduing her, and then waking her up with water towards her. Stop complaining. I'm helping. I'm helping.
You can breathe water. I know. I've seen it. Yeah. So she's unconscious. She has food and water in her stomach now, and yeah.
Maybe let's put her by the entrance, and we'll come back for her.
yeah, I think that's a
Okay.
decent
That
idea.
sounds good to
Yeah,
me.
I'll move her
Compromise.
here.
All right. Well, now we have a slightly better game plan for any more Capadra.
I'll grapple them and you whisper to them.
It sounds
Capadra
worse when you say it
whisperer.
like that.
Okay.
It does, yeah.
Do we want to keep going this way? How are we
It's a
feeling, guys?
gentleman's grapple. Okay.
That makes it sound worse too for some reason.
Why does everything you say sound worse?
This is not my first language.
Yeah, it's true. I think we should continue. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the
I-
path this
go ahead.
way looks like it previously continued further but has since caved in.
Okay.
So that's the end of this tunnel.
Yes.
All right, let's head back then.
Yeah, I think Vera like heads in and then immediately just turns tail 180 degrees and just like swoop. Nope,
If I
not
like,
this way.
I just to make sure, if I like bump the torch into it, it's a solid wall.
It doesn't
Yes.
disappear.
Okay.
You can try to like Dark Souls roll into it. It's
So,
solid.
yeah, secret path
There's
here.
there's
Try
no hidden
here.
pathway.
Wait, Manny, if you pick me up and then backwards long jump,
And not clip through it
you
either.
set me down at just the right angle. It'll be like Mips and Super
Okay,
Mario.
we'll put a bomb down. Then Wanai takes out his shield, and then we all get on the shield.
Yep.
We're gonna hover bomb or bomb hover all the way back up.
If I like wave the torch over here, there's like, I don't see anything else, right? That's the end of the
Nope.
room. Okay.
Yeah.
Just figured I would check for
Before we, yeah.
just for,
Is
completion.
there any like rock or anything in this room, Anthony? I could maybe throw into that unsteady spot.
Yeah. It's just like earth, so you could definitely like pick out like a rock or a larger stone.
You know what? I'll make it easy. I'll just throw snips in. I'm kidding. That would be bad. Yeah, I want to.
Oh,
Just totally sacrifice the pet.
There's an unconscious Capadra you could make use of.
For a
She's
big
so
metal.
slowly, she doesn't weigh very much.
we'll yeet the child.
Yeet the child, as the prophecy declared.
Eat the child, eat the weasel. Yeah, I just throw like a rock in there and just see if anything happens.
It's fucking quicksand.
That's fucking quicksand. Well,
Oh, I've heard
good
this
thing we
one.
avoided.
Don't do anything aggressive in the quicksand, otherwise it'll make you stuck faster.
Thank you for that tip.
Yeah, I've read the books when I was a kid. I know.
All right.
Let's head to the
So
other.
avoid the quicksand properly.
I think so.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we,
just-
we head to the other door, right? Or are we trying to go?
I think so.
I mean, we could like tie a rope to someone and go into the quicksand, see if there's something underneath, but
Yeah, you can go in there.
I just don't think that's a good idea.
Well,
Go ahead. we've got
Interesting
you.
suggestion. Yeah, we've got two beefy boys to haul you
I'll
back
open
up.
this door first.
I see.
Or that's not a door. I'll look in this archway.
Sure. You see an equal-sized room. This one has 2 doorways leading out of it. And there is
Uh-oh.
another Capadra youth kind of just like standing in the middle. And very similar situation. You can see just emaciated, dehydrated skin covered with splotches of ash. This one looks like actively angry.
Wait, guys, don't go any further. Manny, do that thing again you did.
All right, I'll
Kick the ground.
Oh, that's actually a good. That's probably a good idea. I'm gonna leave Snips with the other Capadra to like. I tell him like, okay, you take care of her till we back, okay? So, okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Okay.
I don't know if the mic's gonna pick that up, but I made
I
some,
heard it.
I heard
some
it.
weasel noises.
Yeah, I'll do another athletics to stomp the ground and see if I can
I'll help him.
perceive
I'll
any
lift him up to.
super stomp.
That's
Sure.
right. Oh,
Still, 11.
The ground feels solid throughout this room.
It feels better. We super stomped, so I feel confident. Okay. Should I try to do the thing again?
I'm gonna mage hand a water sack over there first,
Okay.
and kind of like splash it so that they know what's inside of it, and then leave it on the ground. And by a water sack, I do mean one IE's water.
the one full of soup.
No,
Yeah,
the
soup sack.
Your sad sack of soup.
No,
I think
I'm
that
not. I'm
when
not just
it
gonna
get-
do that. I'm gonna. 1A, can I borrow your Your water skin for a moment.
It's full of soup. Are you hungry?
They're both they're all full of soup.
It's all soup. It
Oh my
always
God,
has
it's
been.
all soup.
You can
Where,
hear.
where am I supposed to buy my clothes?
When it gets close to him, he bats it out of the air.
Can I? Okay.
Can any of the masks do anything in this situation? I mean, we've got these
No.
masks.
I'm really fast.
That's-
Mine. Well, mine was able to restore stuff.
Can we put it to
Um,
sleep somehow?
I don't have that power.
Hmm.
Can I just play calming music?
Yeah, roll for Enya.
12.
That really got Greg. It really tickled him and only him.
It did. It did. I'm a huge Enya head. I love that. Love them Enya jokes.
Hey, same here. 12 doesn't. It looks like it's
It's angry.
starting to do it, but it doesn't quite calm the savage beast within.
We have one of your shoot. We didn't get her name. We have one of your friends. She's out front. We're trying to get you guys out of here. We're here to help. You should relax.
There doesn't appear to be a lot of speech comprehension
Okay.
going on.
I throw a javelin. I'm just kidding.
I can try
I
to.
do not. I do not do that.
I can try to use a little more of the calm. Anthony, how do you see this working? If I try to use that again, sacrifice more of the Kapatras.
Yeah, I would say that
Charm.
you can probably do it about 2 more times.
Okay. Do I have to get in range, like touch range, or how do you see it? I assume
Yes.
this counts. All right.
Within 10 feet. Sorry, I just backed up out of the game.
That's okay. So yeah, Manny, I think this. So he's angry because I could just try to like rush him. That feels very counter to what I'm trying to do. So I think Manny's going to kind of do the this very slow. Can I do an animal handling? How I would know how to approach like an angry animal, like
Sure.
it's like not making eye contact or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's
So you walk up with like a red cape to your side.
16. Hey, that's
Yeah,
very
you-
offensive.
You as you approach, you kind of get a kind of like a sixth sense of like, oh, what to do, what not to do, and you are able to get within range.
Gets in. Hope this works, and he tries to siphon a little more of that magic into this
Yeah.
one.
It works immediately. He just drops.
All right, I throw him into the quicksand.
I was gonna say, I run up. I run up quickly with the soup. You know, to give it-
Soup. It's a soup boredom.
You need soup. You need soup.
Okay. Yep. Go put him with the other one. Okay. This is working. It's working great, guys.
Hey, we're 2 for 2. We haven't heard any of them yet.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do that one more time.
Okay.
And you've got 2 doors, one northerly, one southerly.
Picking the
Both on
north
the east.
door. Like to look through there.
Yeah, inside here is a room that is did I just hide the area?
It's still
Yeah,
hidden.
Uh-oh.
The door looks less visible to me now.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
I just had the wrong tool selected. Inside here appears to be it's kind of the same like hollowed out kind of cave room, but it looks as though like it has the start of like a little bit of a structure in here, like somebody was starting to try to build like almost an altar or some kind of a shrine. And cowering behind that structure is a human child.
A human child.
A human child. They appear to have similar ash splotching, but they don't appear to be as far gone as the two Capadra that you have encountered.
Now, Anthony, remind me. I think we had thought we had found all the human children.
That's correct.
Did you come in here with Karan? Are you okay?
I did. Wait. The Capadra or the Karkram accent is French. I do not know who that is.
Are you okay? Are you alone in here?
He backs away into the corner.
We're friends. We're not the weirdos that locked you in here.
You are one of them?
Oh, hey, wait a
Obvious.
minute. We saw. Wait, I just thought. Are you actually a Capadra in disguise? Like you're like the other ones out there?
Am I a what?
Oh, sorry. I had a friend who is a Capadra. They like the people.
I don't know what
one-
that is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna guess you aren't then. But if you are, I just want to know it's okay. Like we're friends.
I'm not sure who they are, but I can almost assure you we are not a part of them.
Yeah, who have you seen? And when?
There are ones like him
Who's he pointing
at you when I
Oh,
at? More like me? Here?
nods.
are they babies? Like small or big?
Shakes his head.
Oh, here, wait, give him some soup. This one actually might want soup.
Would you like some soup?
He nods.
I offer the soup.
Mm.
What kind of
For us being
soup?
strong.
Do you
Delicious
have
soup.
any crusty bread or?
I do. Here you go.
Oh,
Hmm.
good, good soup.
Thank you.
That's hot.
I'm not gonna draw it, but I am kind of confused by this. Like, I'm kind of asking like how this child, like how they got here, stuff. But I want to hold my sword's hilt so I can channel it to do an insight check
Okay.
on this kid. And I
Yeah.
really just want to make sure there's no, having seen again, like we saw a Capadra impersonate someone else, and because we didn't expect a child here, I just really want.
Right.
I would like to use the health
If it's an
action.
illusion.
Yeah. Oh, I'll already get advantage.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's why I wanted to hold it. But the other thing is, like, I wanted.
Super advantage.
Not only do I
Roll
want to think about this,
3.
I want to think about all the other kids we saw,
Yeah.
and he doesn't know who Karen or who the
Yeah,
kid
I
is,
asked for
right?
one of the names we had from before.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he doesn't know them, and he doesn't know
Correct.
what a Capadra is. So yeah, okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
But he's
just try
seen
to.
turtles.
Correct.
Anyway, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do an insight and get a sense. Is he maybe not what he seems, or is maybe one of the other kids not what they seem? Oh, okay. An 18 with advantage.
Yeah. On an 18, you can tell this child is not being deceptive. Everything that they have said feels and rings true. I think just based on their appearance and their actions and kind of how they're just sort of their general vibe, it feels like this child has been here longer than the children from the upper level. Sort of similar to the Capadra. This child just like has interacted with the surroundings for longer and has been affected more by the situation.
Were you hiding in this room?
He
What
nods.
were you hiding from?
The others.
The others that look like
other
me?
the things in this den.
What?
The dweller.
Oh, you've seen the Dweller?
He nods. And her. They have my I don't remember if it's brother or sister. Hold on.
Sibling.
Sibling.
They have my sibling.
It doesn't sound as good.
Been here so long, they've forgotten there's.
I scrolled
identity.
over to the token, could not immediately tell, and went with sibling.
Well, hold on. You said you saw others like me. Were they being held captive, or were they participating in the bad things that were going on down here?
It doesn't seem like it computes with this child.
Were you threatened by them? Did they hurt you? The ones that looked like me.
There's a little bit of implicit bias here because turtles don't live in Karkaram, and so I think he would be inherently threatened, seeing just like with the otherness.
You're really dodging to answer this question here,
I'm trying to be truthful here.
Sure.
Like, if you saw like a big anthropomorphic turtle,
And
you'd
if you
kind
were
of
a kid,
probably be
yeah.
scared.
Sure.
What about an anthropomorphic bunny rabbit?
Even scarier. I've seen Donnie Darko.
Can I maybe ask just where are you from? Which town or tower?
Oh, where's my list of towers? I am from Karpatak.
Going to spell that incorrectly.
Patak. That is the one of the citadels adjacent to Carlaris.
Tatak.
Patak.
P-A-T-A-K. Patak. Okay. Thank you. Patak. See.
Patak.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll get you home. If you want to go, well, I mean, other people can ask questions, but we have my Snips, my trusty dire weasel, is keeping the others safe at the entrance if you want to wait with them. But my friends may have some more questions.
I will go.
Not
He
until we're
goes.
done asking questions.
That soup was
Roll
poison.
Straight into the quicksand.
Can I get a vibe check on this kid? Insight.
Do you want more of a vibe check than
Than
Michael's 18 insight?
Oh, I guess. Oh, it was 18, huh? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought those we got on 7. Forgot.
No.
Even though I offered to help, and he said he already had advantage.
Nah, I don't need it.
Nah, dog.
Is this a?
Looks like there's a door up
Is
here
this a
too,
door?
right?
Yeah, to me it looks like that too.
Oh. I edited this map and I got rid of a lot of like extraneous pathways and entrances and stuff. So
Okay,
ignore
cool.
that.
So it's not a secret door.
No,
Can I roll to see if it's a secret door?
you cannot. It's not.
It's a
I
10.
tried to make it Joe, I tried to make it simpler for us. This is for our benefit. There's already,
Haven.
and you're about to get to it. There's already one like extraneously long passage. I think it's the only one.
Hell
It's
yeah.
one of the only ones.
I'd like
Oh,
to check out the
this
murals.
is long. Holy shit!
Yeah, tell us about the murals.
Yeah, it's hard packed earth, and I'm not gonna say that anymore.
Okay, well, go north first.
Interesting about the walls.
Yeah, we will go
It
north first.
turns and there's a corner
Corner.
and another corner
Behind.
Corner.
up behind. Thank you,
Cousin!
chef.
I've had multiple wait staff recently yell behind while I'm sitting, and it's like to me, which has been very confusing. So I'm not sure
Oh.
exactly what they expect.
Did they just
I'm going to
assume that
do.
you've seen the show?
Maybe.
That's a thing that they say in kitchens.
yeah, but
Yeah.
not usually to the people seating
Not to the
in the
customer
restaurant.
sitting- Yeah.
Yeah.
True,
Right.
but it's not.
Alright,
It's not
no
like a
problem, that's
reference to the bear. If
No,
Service person is saying behind.
No, Joe, I'm pretty sure that kitchens
Pretty sure.
didn't exist before the bear.
Yep.
Right?
You're probably right, actually.
Bears
Yeah.
also didn't exist. Fun fact.
They invented
it's
them
both.
for that show.
Greg, make a perception check when you enter this room.
I'll do my best.
That's all I ask.
Perceive, my boy.
18.
Nice.
Greg, very similar to the last room that you were in, this appears like another hollowed out kind of cave room where
Yep.
folks were like trying to build like an altar or a shrine or some kind of like ornamented religious site out of these sort of rudimentary materials. And there is also a Padra teen hiding behind a structure in the middle.
Vera, you got this one.
You got this one, Vera.
Use your sunny disposition.
She like just glares at the three of you in the doorway. I think she walks around so she can be seen, pretty clearly. Sorry, I'll go this side so she can be seen pretty clearly by the teen.
Yeah.
And then she puts away Cathar into her pocket dimension. So like
Yeah.
banishes
Into her
it
pocket.
into her pocket. And I think she just like sits down cross-legged and like puts her kind of hands up, right? And then just tries to like gesture and then like gestures to the Capadra to maybe also sit down in front of her. I'm trying to be very disarming and try and calm this person down.
Yeah.
So I'd have to roll like a charisma check. to try
Yeah,
and
I
get
would
them
I would
to
accept the
trust me.
charisma roll. Absolutely.
Ooh, that was a save. Hold on.
Can you roll
That's not what I
a
wanted.
roll?
I can roll a roll. Oh, it's even worse.
I was gonna say like maybe someone can assist, but
No, well.
Can
too
I,
late.
because we already rolled it, can I make a performance check to assist by playing music again?
Sure.
One of these times, my performance check is gonna hit.
Maybe you just suck at music.
Hang on, there's a cat in front of
Five
me.
is
He just
so bad, Greg.
he
Oh
just
my god, I
always
do kind of
plays-
suck at music.
He just always plays Wonderwall.
It's nothing but Wonderwall.
It's
I've
just
got-
antagonistic. Yeah.
It's Vera like trying to be calm and trying to be the mature
Yeah.
adult in here, and then just off to the side. And after all,
Oh, yeah.
Can you take me higher?
that's not okay. That specifically is not Wonderwall.
Oh, I know.
it was also good.
All right. How badly do I traumatize this Capadra with my feigned calmness?
Great. I think that when you sit down, she backs away immediately. I know that's been kind of like my
Yeah, sure.
Default behavior.
my default behavior. Why can't I select this? I thought I moved you. Or did I just make you visible?
Are you on
Put
the
you
right layer?
layer. Oh, girl, I put you on the map layer.
Put her on the map.
She's
Layer.
on the map. Okay. She backs up into the corner and she points her kind of like elongated finger. You're one of them. You are like her.
Oh.
Like who?
She backs like all the way up in the corner and is like violently shaking her head.
And he kind of like looks over one of his shoulders. You doing okay in there, Vera?
I don't think we should go in yet, Manny. Let her ride this out.
I think Vera says, I think I may look like someone that you have seen, but I am not here with them. I will leave you alone, and we will leave you water and food by the doorway, so that you can leave. We will get out of this room and out of this hallway, so you do not need to fear us, but we are only interested in helping those who are here. I do not mean to scare or alarm you, but I will back away and leave you to it. And I'll back away into the doorway and then tell the others to. I'll leave some rations.
I'll hand you the
Yeah.
soup.
Soup's on.
As
And
you
I'll
move towards the doorway,
Yeah.
she like kind of keeps her distance and
Yep.
mirrors your movement. Okay.
Yeah, I think we just leave it, and I think we can head down the hallway.
Sure.
She'll either leave or she won't.
What was
Well,
in that room?
I
What was
can
in that
try
room,
to-
Vera?
I can try to calm her down again.
I mean, you can try. I don't think it's gonna go well because I think I spooked her because she told me somebody looked like me, who saw her. So I think she doesn't trust me. So therefore, she won't trust you. But you can try. You can try.
One-Eyed, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't mean it's
I'm-
another witch.
I'm thinking I don't blame her. I wouldn't trust her either.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna mosey on in here. Hey, kiddo. Just
It's your
gonna. Hey.
Teen
I'm gonna-
priest.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change it up again. Today is gonna be the day.
All right. I know this has gotten pretty weird and it's probably scary in its own way, but I have a friend who is a Capadra who helped me calm down, and I'm gonna help you calm down by using this ability for the last time. Okay, kiddo?
Michael, I just because of where I am, I really thought you were gonna say it's okay because I have a friend in the diamond business, Shane Co, located at 394.
Oh no,
Drive.
not that.
Minnesota,
posting.
Minnesota posting.
Yep.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Can I use the
yes,
last of
when
my?
when you get to that range. Yep. So you're out of Capadra's blessing, and she falls unconscious.
Vera, you did a good job. You tried. You tried.
I really hope there are no more Capadras because now I'm out. Probably shouldn't. Maybe I guess I shouldn't waste it on the non-feral.
I'm better at militaristic diplomacy than real diplomacy.
We have to go to war with the children.
Yep.
I've been saying
And
that
then
for a
you
long time.
Honestly, that's me every night at bedtime. That's not true.
I think Vera just kind of chalks it up to like this is a formula now. Like we've seen this
Just
this
glitched
happen,
through the wall.
and is more interested in like figuring out what's keeping and who these other people are than just like
Sure.
I think she thinks we've only seen children alone, so she's fine leaving them and like returning afterwards. But I think she wants to find out who the hell is like doing this stuff, so she'll just leave the room.
Okay.
I mean, we can bring her to the front with the rest of
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll carry that token up.
Can
Bring
you
another-
take me? Damn it, Joe.
I was in the bathroom at work the other day, and that song was playing on the radio. What a song to shit to!
Oh.
For the
Wow.
inspirational moments of the day.
Yeah.
Tune into our D&D session.
Yep.
I'm making a Spotify playlist songs to shit too. And that's gonna be on it.
Good. All right, let's get to this entrance. Let's take a quick intermission.
Okay. Push Lady Lightning is another good one.
Oh, that is good.
Before we go, why is your token at
Yeah, 45
Well, John's
percent.
angle.
For fun. I don't know. It's so I can peek around corners better. You're frozen,
45
Anthony.
degrees.
In a
No
really
frost for
funny.
me.
Oh, it's
All right.
back now.
Intermission. Yeah. Yep,
All
I'm
right.
back. Intermission.
Intermission.
Hey, welcome back. Are we off of intermission visual?
We are now.
Woo!
Hell yeah! All
I
right.
had a couple things
Inside
to click on.
Inside the next room, it's another large, cavernous room. Some guy standing in the middle. There
Oh,
appears to be a doorway leading off toward the back.
does the guy look like a Capadra?
That would be a perception check typed question.
I've
My
got a
rolls have-
passive perception. I got a passive perception of 16.
Looks like a guy.
Hey guy, what are you doing in here?
Eyes you.
I am back.
I wasn't expecting that.
Disappear.
With that, he immediately transforms back into her Capadra shape and blasts you with a spell attack. I went up to get my spell attack from my previous rolls, and I forgot that I had to reload roll 20.
Mhm.
And so it just said, Patak!
Attack.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
I don't remember your AC being higher.
It's 18 when I have my shield
not,
out.
Not higher than 20.
He won't let me get it any higher. He's lame.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Nick. I really am. Where is my Capadra Youth? Stat block. There it is. That's a hot 8 damage.
What kind of damage?
It's water damage.
Refreshing.
Oh man, it's gonna turn into mold. It's gonna ruin your foundation.
I look back at Vera. What do I do here?
You hate to see it.
Quinn, I'll walk into the room. Well, now let's just take everything a little bit slower. We're here as friends, and we're here to get you out. We've been every other Capadre on this floor has listened to us, is meeting us by the stairway. We're not here to hurt you. And I'm gonna strum on my lute. Oh my god! You know what? You know what they say about lutes? You're either playing a lute out of tune.
She misses you with a second spell attack.
You're either playing a lute out of tune or you're tuning a lute. I can't. It's the humidity. And the fact that I only know butt rock songs.
Manny steps out too. No weapon out. Again, you'd think we'd gotten better at these. We've gotten worse. I know we don't have any Capadra's calm. He's gonna try to do. He's going to try to. I want to do another animal handling because I don't know if this one can talk. So I want to kind of approach her, and I'm gonna pull a one to grapple if I can get close enough. But I want to. It's if she seems unless she seems like she is actually calming down.
Sure.
It's a 4, so I don't know how close I get before.
4 is not great, Michael.
My athletics check will be much better though.
Yeah, let's hit that athletics check instead. I think that you start to approach her, and unlike the previous one where you rolled this, you're not really getting a great read on this one.
20 to grapple her though.
Yeah. So I think that she tries to swipe at you with her claws, and you immediately turn that around and do a headlock, and you just sort of have her, and then she starts to try to attack you back, but after a lot less time than you would expect, the attacks just sort of turn into sobs,
Oh.
and she just starts crying into your arm, your big meaty minotaur arms. She's just crying uncontrollably and
I go from
heaving.
grapple to hug. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get you out of here. And he picks her up and is very calm. I'm just gonna bring you back, and then I think he actually, seeing she's very disturbed, knowing the other ones are unconscious may look bad, but brings her to Snips and has Snips kind of nuzzle and help keep her calm. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I'll be back in a
She is
minute. Guys.
neutralized.
Yeah. Okay. Oof. All right. Woof.
That's not the sound you make.
Moo. Be careful, we didn't check for quicksand. Vera's dead, I assume.
Vera's dead.
Yeah. Vera fell into quicksand, and the DC
One of
was
these days.
35. So,
Oh.
Oh, I passed.
Yeah.
One of these days we're going to go into a room where I can actually stab whoever's in there instead of
Technically,
taking care
you
of
can
them.
always stab Quinn.
Well, that's fair.
Well,
honestly,
nah,
always
hang
an
on.
option. But here's the thing: Quinn usually is the last to enter the room.
Well,
Also
that's
true.
true. Yeah, so you never enter a room.
Right.
I'll enter this room.
Anyone stab
Here
worthy?
are a couple of things that are stab worthy, I would say. Inside this room, it is about the same size as the other rooms, and inside, how old is Vera?
20.
There are a pair of roughly 20-year-old Gorgon youths.
Hail and well met.
They are also,
just kidding.
as you can tell,
Gigantic.
just enlarged for detail. Nick, how many times do I have to say this? They are just caked with this red ash. Their scales look like they haven't been maintained. They look dry and ashen and hungry. Their eyes are baggy. They look at you, and they just have this hunger to them.
I bring in a bag of soup in each hand. I heard you're hungry.
So I'm going to walk into the room. I turn around briefly, just to the others, and just say witches, and then I walk in about 2 steps, and then I just wait for them to notice me, and I have my hood. I take my hood down, right, and I have my snakes that are also kind of hovering around my head and standing to attention. And I'm just looking at both of them and just trying to gauge their reaction to seeing another Gorgon walk in.
I will get you their reaction in a second. I want to know first, Vera, what is your reaction to seeing these 2 Gorgons that are approximately your age?
Yeah, I think the initial reaction was like a spike of immediate like fear and trepidation, but having seen the way that the other rooms have played out, she's assuming that it's going to be more of the same and maybe hoping for that. So like and not something worse. So she's just like, she's guarded, but she's going in and just waiting to see before she maybe has to make either a difficult choice or immediately rushes to try to take care of them. Because like I don't think she's forgotten where they are. And in a normal circumstance, I think she would have just immediately run over to, like, if they were just like in a different city somewhere, I think she would have just immediately run over to just check on them, see how they were doing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say she looks worried, but she's not. She's still guarded.
Mm-hmm. They notice you, and they're in sort of that Gorgon way that we've all seen in TV and movies. Like their snakes like flare out in
Right.
sort of like attack position.
Yeah, sure.
They are alarmed by your entrance, and Greg, I don't know if this is the right roll, but make a history check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Can I? I guess what are you hoping for me to try to figure out without giving it away? I guess like because like I can also roll Arcana if we're trying to, depending on what you're looking for.
Make a history check.
Okay, all right. An 8. I have 0 in history, so yeah,
Yeah.
intelligence.
On an 8.
It's not great. We're kind of rolling like
It's not
shit
great.
today.
Yeah, except for Michael. These Gorgons. Boy, 8's so bad. They don't look unfamiliar.
Oh.
Okay. I think maybe because of the appearance of like they're so out of their element, they're dehydrated, they're caked in ash. Like it's like I can't really like maybe there's like a thing in the back of my mind that's like, why do I feel like there's something I should know about this, but like I can't figure it out. Instead, I'm going to take Cathar's hilt. So I'm gonna flip him upside down. So I'm not holding the blade out to them. I'm holding the hilt out.
Yeah.
And in the sand or the ash in front of me, I'm going to write out like my name, so Vera of Paris, in the ash and circle it for them, so that they can see that writing from like another Gorgon, and then I'm going to gesture to them.
What language are you writing it in?
So that's something we never really established together of like we are basing Gorgons off the Yuan Ti, I guess, is like kind of the archetype, but I don't think we've established if they have a specific like common language to Gorgons. I guess the way that I was imagining it more is it's less of a full language and more like each island has distinctive like traits or symbols that are to that island. So it's like basically like
Almost like a language
I
of
could write
witchcraft.
Vera as my common, and then like in common, and then like the symbol of my island, like as a sigil, for example.
Would it-
for
Sure.
Would it be Koburin? Like all of the descendants of Kobura speak the same language? The
I think
snake-
that would
the
be a
snake god?
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
would
So it'd be
I
like
guess that all-
dialects of Koburin.
Yeah, I think that all of the snake folk would have that innate language to them.
okay, yeah. We just never run into this before, so
We have not.
That's why Manny
let me-
can't write.
Language proficiency. I love that in all caps. That's doing it for me.
Why isn't it? Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So I think in Kaburan, and I think the way it works is like there's like I think the way that it could work is that like how Japanese and like Chinese are based out of like a common like Chinese ancestry in terms of like their language, so they have shared like um roots of like the characters. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
similar kind of thing. So there's like every island has its own dialect, but they have shared like pictures or like scripture that like ties them together, even though they have like different dialect or like ways of speaking.
Sure.
And so I think like mine is distinctly Parasi, I guess.
Okay.
Which that's how like you identify to another Gorgon. So that is what I'm underlying. And then I'll just say in common, I am Vera of Paras. My mission and will is to help my sisters in need. Can I help you?
I think that when you say that, two things happen. The first thing that happens is this one takes a couple of steps closer to you, and tears fill her eyes as she takes you in almost with a fresh look, and you hear her murmur, Vera? And at the same time, this one has an almost opposite reaction, wherein the eyes of her snakes start to glow, and where yours would glow like with purple magic, hers are glowing this sort of deep blood red.
Okay.
And I will have you make a Constitution save.
Ooh, okay. 19.
You pass it. Yeah. So the snake heads, their eyes flash with this red light, and this gorgon is like very clearly sending a stone glare at you.
Mhm.
And being a well-practiced gorgon warlock yourself, you just see it coming and you just bat it aside.
Yeah. I think at that, I think she channels her inner. So she holds like a hand out to the one that almost acknowledged her, like a pause for a second, and
Yeah.
whips her head back to the one that just tried to attack her. And I think she's pulling on some of Cathar's power, but I'd like to try to intimidate this other one into just essentially like shut the fuck up, like sit down.
Yeah.
Like
Love that.
you cannot best me, like that kind of like trying to put her in her place.
Make that with advantage.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
22.
Absolutely. Yeah. She tried to use the one sort of power still available to her, relying on her species, and sees how easily you bested it, and she backs away against the wall and like immediately like adopts kind of the same stance that the Capadra youth were doing, and she just like she, instead of looking like she's gonna attack you, she looks like she's trapped.
She's trapped. Okay, I'm gonna move into the room, and I'll just turn my head back and I'll ask Manny to come in to the room as well, just in the doorway. Yeah, there.
He steps in and
then,
puts the glasses on that Vera gave us just in case.
Yeah, smart. And then
I'm imagining just like
I-
those
I turned-
the pixel shades.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then I turn back to the one that had seemed to recognize me and we'll say, are you going to do something equally foolish?
She looks at you with tears in her eyes and she shakes her head and gets down to her knees and continues shaking her head.
Okay. Vera turns to Manny and just says, watch that one. But don't. She's fine. Just watch
Don't
her.
like watch
and
her,
then-
you know.
Okay. You got it, Vera.
And then I go over to this one side and I kneel down to be on their level. And I guess like I'll have brought my water skin as well, and I'll just pour some. Well, I'll open it and I'll say,
It's full of soup.
may I?
It's so hot.
I've filled all of your water skins with soup.
Best it again. I'll just
I'm
say,
so thirsty. All I have is beef broth.
This is oh my god, I'm so thirsty, but this is bisque.
and I'll just say, I'll pour some on my hand so that it's clear that it's water, and I'll motion to her and ask her if she's okay with me pouring some water on her to
She nods.
help her. Yeah, so I'll just try to like gently wipe some out of the strands of her hair. Like I think my snakes are like kind of rubbing themselves against hers to kind of knock the sand off with my hands. I'm kind of going with her face and her shoulders, and I'm just kind of like very softly and very like intimate in a caring way, like
Yeah.
very calmly brushing away and say, I feel I should recognize you, but it's very hard to tell with the ash. Who are you?
You don't you remember all those years ago when we were taken?
I think this is like more of a question for you.
Hi.
Okay, you know what? Can I just roll a perception and see if I can figure out who this is?
Sure.
Nope.
Well, could it be with
can
advantage since
I-
it is a personal memory?
Yes, I'll give you the 21.
Okay. I was going to say something else, but yeah,
Oh.
that's good. That works. No. I
Yeah.
mean, because that was my other question for Anthony, but it's irrelevant now. So, okay.
Yeah, when you were captured by the metallurgists in your youth, you were not the only Gorgon who was captured by the metallurgists, and you recognize this Gorgon now as one of the other ones who was taken, but she was not so fortunate as to get away like you did.
Mm-hmm. Do I remember her name, or do I just remember her by sight? Like, does it?
You would
do I
remember her by
remember-
sight, but I don't think you ever learned her name.
Right. I think she. Yeah. I think at that once all the water has like done its kind of work and she can get a good look at her, she's like cups her face with her hands and says, "Oh, my dear." Grabs her, holds her, and says, I feared you lost forever. Please tell me your name."
It's Adara.
Adara, have you been here all that time?
Almost all of it.
I was not lying. I am here for the mission that I have stated. My purpose is to ensure not only that this never happens again, but that those who did it will pay, and they will pay. And she kind of I don't know how to do this in a way that doesn't. I think at saying like, and they will pay, like, he takes Cathar, and like I think there's like a resonance that like he pulls on from Cathar's power that like I think Adara can feel. Like there's I want her to feel that there's a shift in the room, a little bit like when I intimidated the previous one, where like I have a source of power, like even if she doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
And I want her to recognize that. And then she says, um, "Where is your homeland, Adara?"
I am from one of the islands near Paris. I haven't seen it in so long.
I can only imagine if I had not. Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened later at a time when you are safe, but I have fared a different and difficult path, but I cannot imagine yours. Is this one, and she points to the other one, your friend? Do you know her?
She nods.
My friends, and she points to Manny, and then I think like if Manny like shifts his head,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can see past to the other two. These are good beings. They are here to help. They are with me. We have rescued many others today from this complex, and I wish for you to be safe as well. I will not abandon you, but for your own well-being, perhaps, you will let us lead you and your friend to the exit, and you can wait there until we return after we've rounded up everyone else. How does that sound?
She nods.
Um, I think so. Paras and the Gorgons, or I should say, like the Gorgons are all the way that I've imagined them, kind of like come from these like island nations, a little bit, kind of like, or sorry, islands within the nation, and like
Yes.
the way that I am imagining it's a little bit like the Greek islands. There's like a lot of them. They range
Mhm.
in size and whatever. But obviously, they're like surrounded by water, and I think like Vera probably has in her clothing or like in her hair and her jewelry, like has like some of the seashells and like stones and things like from her homeland. And I'd like to give to Adara maybe like an earring that I have that has like a like strips of a conch shell. And I think she'll like press it into her hand and say, "Take this for safety. Take this for luck. I will come find you at the entrance afterwards, and I will treat you, and we will talk about Paris and our homeland. But for now, be safe." And I think sends them on their way
Yeah.
to the entrance.
And they both go. She calls
And
her friend over, and they both go.
I think at that, she turns back to her group and says, "That was someone that suffered the same fates that I did, but worse, unimaginably worse, for the last 10 years or more. I don't feel I owe you an explanation, but I want you to trust that." And I think she looks at those eggs and the young that could hatch from them, they will have undergone unimaginable horrors if we did not discover them. And if we are to discover anyone associated, we must destroy them.
Well,
And that's it. And I think she's like fired up.
Yeah, man, he's like, we're gonna make it right, Vera. We got your back.
I'm a little worried now too because that one child said there was turtles down here too. I didn't know of any of them being taken like that, but hopefully that's not the case.
Just a quick reminder, Anthony. I think when we saw a flashback, we saw when we saw the Capadra, the death knell flashback from the not mayor, but the governor or whatever of
Yep.
the previous town. Were there turtles in that at the egg like the
I don't remember them
giving eggs?
being, but
I remember the
No.
turtle eggs. Okay, but there.
The eggs were, but there were not like grown turtles.
It was with the witches though, right? We saw Gorgons in that flashback.
There was a witch involved. Yes.
Okay. Just trying to make sure it's clear. Okay.
Vera's on one, so she's gonna charge ahead into the next room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you charge ahead, I imagine you still have Cathar out.
Oh yeah.
Greg, are you familiar with the 90s anime Gundam Wing?
Oh, classic.
I know visually what you're talking about, but I never watched it.
All right. Well, this might not hit as hard, but as you're walking towards the entrance, and I imagine that you have Cathar out, kind of trailing the blade, and you look, you might catch a glance down at it, and as you do, you see it sort of start to like reshape itself, and
Oh, cool.
Instead of just like the large scythe blade that you have become accustomed to, it sort of reconfigures itself to like grow a second blade along the top of it.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And your weapon Cathar, upon seeing these Gorgons from your youth and helping them, Cathar now deals 2d6 damage for you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good.
Damn.
That is very, very cool. How do I edit that? In my
It's
in the
I'll
attack.
mark it.
Cool.
Yeah, you
How do I do
click the
that?
lock button.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Or you can go into the thing.
You don't even have to click the lock. If you go to the damage type, click the wheel in the upper right.
Oh, there it
And
is.
then you can
Yeah, the
change it.
settings.
Yeah.
This is just internal, but I put a image of Death Scythe Hell, the Gundam that Anthony's referring to from Gundam Wing in our
Nice.
collective chat.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm gonna give you also a hell yeah, Michael. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Do that in that anime.
Why is it
Soul
giving
Eater?
me-
The 90s were some time ago, but that design is still sick as hell.
Pretty sick.
Why am I not able to choose the dice for the damage?
Is that the one where they cap a kid? Like there's
Well,
just a kid who gets
everyone's
shot
a
in
child
the face.
soldier.
Prop?
Yeah, probably.
Everyone is a child in that
No,
show.
but there's like
Gundam-
in one of the 90s Gundam series, there's like a scene where they're like in a space station shooting over cover, and then like an actual 5-year-old child pokes his head out and just gets shot in the face.
Hmm.
And I was always like, damn, I cannot believe they put that on TV.
Yikes. And I don't remember that.
It's a small picture. Oh, it didn't. Oh,
'cause I need
failed.
to put fucking E6.
There's an Akatsuki member with
Yeah,
a 3-bladed scythe. That's
Oh,
its
yeah.
next form.
That definitely
Yeah, he
opened on
done.
stream, so
Yeah.
I did not mean it
Whoop.
to.
Oops.
So we all got to see
Oh,
the
yeah,
Akatsuki
I just rolled
member.
poorly that time.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. That should work. All right. That's great.
Okay.
I am
There you
rushing
go.
ahead into the next room.
All right. I am going to reveal the entirety of the next room, and I'm going to describe it to you thusly. The next room is the previous rooms have been like, pretty large. The next room is cavernous, and large pillars seem to support this room. This room appears to be constructed, but the construction appears to be ancient. And against one side of the room, you see this gigantic mound of the ash that you have seen throughout all the desert. The rest of it appears to be like actual like dirt. Writhing on the mound is this swirling mass of ash that is sort of like almost like a storm, like a miniature storm, and it has skulls and bones and other forms of detritus just swirling about in it. And before it stands a final Gorgon, and this Gorgon appears to be older than the previous two that you had just met with. Unlike those two, the ash on this one appears to be it's not in as like splotchy of patterns. It looks like it has been like intentionally applied to the body, like everywhere but like the face.
Mm.
In the corner, you see another Karkaran child.
The sibling.
The sibling.
It might be the sibling that the other one mentioned. As you enter the room, the Gorgon, who, upon seeing her and just sort of like the blood red cloth that she's decked out in, the ash that is like as she raises her limbs, like swirling about her limbs in magical streams, you recognize undoubtedly as the Witch of the Waste.
Oh, damn.
Oh, sick.
Standing before what is also undoubtedly the Dweller Below.
Mm.
Oh shit! Okay. Not a big worm.
As you enter this cavernous room, she looks at you and she says, "Hello, Vera."
Ooh, don't like that.
And I'm gonna have you make one final perception or history check.
They're both bad.
Both bad. This is just sort
14.
of for personal knowledge.
Yeah.
And from this roll, let me make sure I've got it all correct. So as you were growing up, of course, you had your friends amongst the Gorgons, and maybe you didn't recognize the two that you just encountered, but certainly on your island you had friends, and you had your nest sisters, and you all looked up to Alma, who was the nest mother of your nest. But being the nest mother was more of an appointed role, who
Right.
would watch over the young Gorgons as they were coming into their own. This is your birth mother. This is Vasla of Paris. And she is absolutely taken by the ash.
I think she just has a blank stare for a second and then just says, "You." And is gonna attack.
I think we're going to cut it off right there.
Yeah.
Starting off 2025 hot.
Hot.
Thank you all for listening. I am excited to get to our next session of Hebria. Tune in every other Thursday-ish and follow us on socials. And we will be back with more next time.
This quick
Thanks
thing,
again.
I'm going to ready an action to give some soup.
I'm ready in action. I want to ready in action to put my glasses on.
There you go.
I think all of us are going to ready our actions to give ourselves some soup.
Everyone, more soup in 2025. That's the real resolution.
Year of
That's
the
the real
soup.
message. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.